Hi everyone, and welcome to another video review. This time I'm doing a one that I've been waiting to do for a long time, and that is the review for the Nonnef Productions upgraded feet for the Combiner Wars combiners. This would be the Voyager and Deluxe combination combiners, not the Devastator one. And it really does, these address, one of the few, I guess, complaints that a lot of people who own these guys have, and that's the posability of them. And it's mostly due to the fact that the feet are either too small or, they don't have really any articulation to them. And they really hinder the posability and the stability of the figures. So this is a nice little upgrade. I know that there are other kits out there, but this is one that is just the feet. You get a pair of feet for, I believe I paid $10 per set for them, but this was back in August when I ordered them, but they were on pre-order, and it did take a while for them to come back in stock. But now that I do have them, I'm very happy to have the upgraded feet for these guys. So I'm going to go through a couple of different things with this review. I've got, as you can see, sets for my three combiners that I have complete right now. Waiting on getting a set for Bruticus when I get him complete, but definitely looking forward to getting them for him as well. So basically, I'm just going to start off with the completed feet themselves and the posability that you get with them. As you can see on my Menasor here, just going to move this stuff out of the way. That I also have the Perfect Effect head, backpack, and sword upgrade kit for this guy. I did not get the Perfect Effect foot and hand upgrade for this guy for two reasons. Number one, I didn't really feel the need for upgraded hands. I'm quite happy with the hands that they come with. I don't need the individual finger articulation. I like the look of the hands. I like the fact that he's got kind of guns built into them. It looks kind of cool to me. So I really only needed the feet, and the fact that the Perfect Effect hand and feet kits are $30 or more for a pair of them versus the $10 for just the feet, this is the route that I went. Now naturally I had to wait quite a while for them to come back in stock, but now that I have them, I'm happy. So definitely improves the stability of Menasor, who is one of the most notorious ones for instability, and adds a little bit of height to him as well. I'm going to just pull these out here. You can see this is the original foot side by side with the new foot. And you can see it's a lot smaller. So the new feet, the upgraded feet, add a lot of height to them, a little bit, about probably half an inch of height to them, but definitely a lot more stability and a lot more posability. And when I talk about posability, I'm just going to bring Defensor out to the front. Oh, there goes Blackjack again, which always falls off this guy. I love it. Anyway. So, when we look at Defensor, you can see he's in a much more dynamic pose than most combiners of this series are able to get because of the feet. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take one of the feet off quickly to show you up close. This is what you get when you get the Nonnef feet. So it's a pretty solid piece, and then it does have a ball jointed 5mm peg there, so you get a full range of motion, forward, back, side to side, so you can get a lot of different poses with them. But one of the other things that these feet have that is unique is they actually come with, and you can kind of see, but there's these little rubber pieces here, one in the toe, one in the middle, and one in the back, that add a lot of sort of stability, and you can't, once he's standing, it's not going to slide out from underneath you. So that's a nice little bonus as well, and I don't think the other kits come with that. Maybe they do have a rubberized sole on them, but it's nice that the guys who designed these included that. So yeah, you can get a lot of posability, and the pegs that I've got in mine are nice and snug, so they're not going to accidentally pop out or fall out or anything like that, and definitely gives you a lot more stability and a lot more posability. So I'm happy with that. Now, you'll also notice that the ones for Menasor, the purple is actually a pretty close match. They're very close as far as the color goes, so you don't have to worry about painting them or they're being mismatched or anything like that. It's virtually identical. Now the kit themselves that you get, you don't get them assembled like I just showed you with Defensor. They actually come in multiple pieces. And as you can see, I haven't done my Superion yet because I wanted to show you guys how they come out of the box. So the foot itself consists of two pieces, this one and then this one, and as you can see, ball joint, hole for the ball, two screw holes on the bottom and the top. And then as you can see, there are slots for the rubber pieces, but they don't actually come pre-installed. So I'll show you that in a second. So in addition to the 2 feet that you get, you also get this little baggie of bits. And in the baggie, you'll see you get 2 of these rubber tubes. And this is actually what you use to put the rubber in the bottom of the feet. So you do have to do some cutting and some assembly of that. Now, I will show you how I did it. I mean, obviously, you can do it however you want, but basically what I did was I started with the front and the back of the foot because I wanted them to be the most stable at the front and the back. The middle, yeah, it's a bonus, but really you want to make sure that they're most stable in the front and the back. So not knowing exactly how much length these were going to give me, I basically put that kind of in there like that, and then just grabbed a very sharp pair of scissors, kind of lined it up with the end, and then gave it a snip. Then I did the same with the back, and then whatever was left is what I put in the middle. So you've got the most amount on the front, the most amount on the back, and then whatever's left you just throw in the middle. Now, it's not like a pop-in, stay-in kind of thing, so you will have to use some type of adhesive if you want them to stay in there permanently. I'm just going to use a little bit of crazy glue. I haven't done mine yet because I want to do all of them at the same time, but that's what I'm going to do to secure the rubber bits in there. Inside the bag, you'll also get the balls joints. So they actually come like this on a sprue, so obviously they're either 3D printed or molded or something like that. So you do need to do some disassembly of this. Now, it's pretty easy. You just get a pair of cutters, side cutters, trim it as close to the 5mm peg as you can and as close to the ball as you can. And then what I did, just to make sure that I got, sort of the cleanest installation as possible, is I just took my knife and just sort of trimmed off the last little bits that I could of the extra plastic from the top and the bottom, just so that it wasn't rubbing against the joint on the inside or preventing it from going all the way into the port on the leg. And then just used a little bit of sandpaper to smooth it out on the peg, and then smooth it out on the bottom of the ball so it was 100% smooth. So that's what I did with mine. You may have your own method, but I think that worked pretty good. And then lastly, you get 4 screws, little Phillips head screws, 2 for each foot. Pretty easy. Now, one of the things that I did notice with my set at least is that the tolerances on them is pretty good. I know that specifically the feet that I have on Menasor, the ball joints are extremely tight, which is good in that they're not going to, accidentally, lose position or anything like that. But I'm very cautious at this point as far as when I move the ball joint itself. I just obviously I don't want to break the 5mm post off, and I don't want to break the foot. So just be aware that you may have to do some additional either sanding or filing or something like that if you find the ball joints are too tight, which is again easy to do. You just kind of disassemble it because it's just screws. You can take it apart, rub a little bit of sandpaper, very, very fine grit so that it still stays smooth, it's not rough, and then you should be able to shave off a little bit of the ball to make it not quite as impossible to adjust or do that. But I mean, ultimately, that's a pretty minor quibble. It's not that it doesn't move, it's just that it's very, very snug. So, yeah. So all in all, I'm very happy with the kit that I got from Nonnef. I'm glad that I've got one set for each of my combiners, including the purple to match Menasor, which is awesome. Definitely looking forward to them getting more of these in stock so I can get a set of gray ones for my Bruticus when I eventually get him complete. But yeah, definitely worth the purchase if you're looking for an upgraded set of feet for your combiners, and you're perfectly okay with the hands that they come with. definitely worth it. So I'll put a link to Nonnef's website so you can purchase your own in the link to this video. And they do have a lot of other kit pieces as well for Combiner Wars, as well as some other things. So lots of neat little extras for your collection. Again, thanks very much to Nonnef for getting these out to me. Appreciate it. And hope you guys like the video, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.